my name is Ahmad Stevens. This is Group 2, and the course is Management Information Systems 575, and our article is on Microsoft, and it's the 10 amazing moments in Microsoft history from its founding to desktop to dominance to today. My two group members will introduce themselves.
My name is Zoe Mayers.
And my name is LeBron Morris.
All right, so I will begin with some background information on the company Microsoft. So Microsoft is the company that made personal computers mainstream, with one in almost every office and home. It all started when co-founders Bill Gates and Paul Allen were in middle school in the mid-1960s, teaching themselves how to code. From these early days, Gates and Allen established their vision for the new technology and were extremely persistent with experimenting in it. These traits ultimately led them to build one of the most influential technology companies of all time. A company called Computer Center Corporation realized that sharing their machines with Bill Gates and his fellow team computer enthusiasms would be a boon rather than a burden. They made a deal, unlimited computer time for the students in exchange for their help with finding bugs in the system. This was the first of many arrangements that Gates and Bill had with various organizations to gain computer access. A key deal that paved the way for Microsoft's success was a deal signed by Bill Gates and Apple CEO John Sculley in 1985. This deal had major consequences for both companies as Microsoft continued to develop its operating system and some new software programs. And Microsoft released the first version of Windows in 1985, competing with Apple, which also developed a GUI at the time. In 1988, Apple sued Microsoft for copyright infringement, but eventually lost, thanks in part to the agreement that Sculley and Gates initially signed. Microsoft went on to release subsequent versions of Windows, most notably Windows 3.0 in 1990, Windows 95, 98, and 2000. Gates stepped down in 2000, and Steve Ballmer, who had been with the company since 1980, assumed the role of CEO. Gates remained the software chief architect until 2006 and chairman until 2008. In September 2013, Microsoft announced that it would purchase all of Nokia's devices and services, license and businesses, and their customers. In 2016, Microsoft announced that it would buy the professional networking platform for $26.2 billion. In March 2018, Microsoft announced a reorganization into two main divisions, which would be experiences and devices, and also a cloud. And that's about it.
Nice, that was wonderful. There were a lot of key points that was given and the test-out process Microsoft took to become today's dominance. One key point that I like the most, well, there's a few I like the most, but one is key point 1. And pretty much it talks about how when Gates and Allen made a deal to have an unlimited computer time for students to exchange for them to find bugs in their system. And that was a very smart move for them to do, is to have outside talent and outside hackers to see how can they improve their security systems with having outside people to target it and whatnot. And it kind of, reminded me of the Mark Zuckerberg Facebook movie where he had people to try to infiltrate, the beginning, early stages of Facebook to see where it is. And even now, at that time, they were given people that were able to hack into the app or the software are given about $5,000 at that time period for their achievement, and possibly even got a job in their IT department. You want to piggyback on that, or was that a good move for Microsoft to do?
I think so. Well, in that early time, I would not have been able to, but it clearly worked out for me.
Mm-hmm.
Opened a lot of doors, get them a lot of hands on, and I'm sure they learned things with working with different companies and, school.
Kind of like, like in a SWOT analysis, you want to see, your opportunities and your threats. And that was definitely a threat with the security. And with everything with privacy settings and stuff and, lawsuits, because you don't protect your users' identity or their information can compromise the integrity of the company and their credibility to offer services without having to second guess itself. Another point that I liked was a strategic approach to a major deal that was very monumental, and that's in point number 3, where Microsoft relocated to Bellevue, and Microsoft scored a deal with IBM to propel software development amongst its competitors. And, like a lot of companies do, they do power up and do collaborations to, polarize their dominance in the marketplace. Kind of like how in the beginning, like the Sicker phone company, for instance, Bell South was a standalone system, and then Alltel bought Bell South, and then ultimately Alltel got bought by AT&T. So, it goes to buying smaller franchises to make yourself bigger and also competitive. What do you think about that? Joint ships and deals with other companies in the market?
I think that is that's definitely a marketing move to gain customers. Also, like what we were saying earlier, with like companies basically having celebrities wear their items or showcase their items as if they're using them, or just things along that line. I think that's a very good marketing move.
Yeah, it brings more customers. It's like you more diverse when you joining different business partners, basically, because one business may be good at this area and you may be good at that area, but if y'all join together, then it brings more variety to your business.
Yeah,
definitely.
So
and that goes to having a target market and increasing your target market to attract as many customers as possible. 4 principles of marketing: price, place, promotion, and product. As long as you got a good selling product, you can attract or retain customers and attract new customers. Let's say from a health perspective with soda. We all know soda holds a lot of calories per 16 ounce, a lot of sugar and stuff. And one way soda has advertised to a more health conscious consumer to bring in more customers is to have zero sugar soda or 0 calorie soda, like your Diet Dr. Peppers, Sprite, 0 calorie Canada Dry, etc. And it's all about which is increasing your branding as well, branding in the marketplace as well. We all know Apple has a strong name brand base in movies. In today's day, it's there's always been I guess a status quo with having an iPhone versus a Galaxy. Yeah, we have FaceTime. They don't. They
have it all.
These fat emojis, and we don't.
Right, blurry emojis.
Yeah, very.
So I have a question.
What's up?
So like with the component, and like you said with the first one, when you just talk about the predetermined, I think something like that.
The first component with the pre-Microsoft deal making.
Yeah. So was that another way for they like software framework to get the students to figure out all this?
Yeah, obviously that was a framework to get students involved, and it's almost like outsourcing for talent, because right now we think we have the number one security system. Nobody can hack us, nobody can touch us, and then we have we're gonna, kind of outsource it. Be like, okay, if you can get in, let us know how, and we could probably hire you because we thought we had the best and brightest. So there's something we don't know that almost like freelancing in essence. And freelancing is good because you get to showcase your skills and you're kind of going to work for yourself. But the only thing with freelancing is that one downside I'll say to freelancing is that a lot of freelancers sometimes don't hold certificates and
they don't do what?
Sometimes they don't hold certificates. I remember reading that in the book with freelancing. It's like you don't actually almost like a freelance accountant. They don't have a CPA, but a CPA person that's holding a CPA, you're gonna have to pay them for what they're worth because I have a certificate in accounting versus somebody that's extremely good but never went to get the actual credentialing for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah, outsourcing has its downsides and also has its perks because even though you're good but you're not certified, so I don't have to pay you what I'm about to pay somebody that went to go get a CPA or somebody that's certified with Java, C++, A+, Linux. There's a lot of codes out there. Python, which is on the rise now. Stuff like that. Another point, which is point number 6, which is getting geographical. And with that point, pretty much, this was how Microsoft was able to get its footing, across, the nation. When Windows came out with its first version with Windows 98, competing with Apple, it was also developed with a GI at the time, or GUI, in 1988, and Apple, the Apple sued them for copyright infringements and stuff because they felt like, okay, your system is kind of based off of ours, but with proper patenting and stuff, you can, certain wording and stuff can differentiate between one brand to another, like Nike when it's just do it. Like when you say just do it, it's Nike. There's no ands or buts about it. And let's say you make a slogan and it's, just, what's it, just do it. Well, let's say just wing it. And let's say that catch on becomes just popular as Nike, and Nike wants to sue you because it's a style like ours, but kind of different or whatever. Something like that. So copyrights and patents save you from lawsuits. Will help you get.
But did that hurt Microsoft? So it did.
No, it would hurt Microsoft.
It didn't hurt. No, that's what it hurt. No, Apple lawsuit got thrown out, so it didn't hurt Microsoft. Apple was upset about it, but it didn't hurt them at all because of the proper patents and copyrights they had.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Even though they made a deal in the past with them, but because they had certain copyrights, patents, lawyers, all that stuff, they won that lawsuit. So they had to pay out any money to Apple, which how they
right.
Mm-hmm. Because in the movie, let's take Facebook for instance. Mark Zuckerberg's friend, which to me seemed like was a kind of shady or whatever, because he had his friend sign papers, but his friend never read the papers. He was just signing stuff, not realizing what he was signing was actually signing away his own rights to part of the company. And so he realized it was like, yo, you fired. I'm like, wait, how am I fired when I own part of this company? And that's when he presented him with a stack of papers saying, nah, you didn't sign over rights for this, I own it now.
Really? I need to go watch that.
Yeah, it was crazy. His they're not even friends no more. He got some money. He got let's say I think $20 million all of it, and but that's a penny compared to what Facebook is now. And I think two other dudes got maybe a settlement of maybe $4 million, something like that. But that's pennies. I'm yeah, okay, I paid some money up, but overall I own Facebook or whatever.
Did he make him buy it back?
Huh?
Did he have to buy it back, or did they go to court or something?
No, they went to court and everything. He got a settlement and that was it. Yeah, even his friend said he was like, why would I need a lawyer to sign paperwork within my own company? Like, that don't make it.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. That don't make sense. Why would I need a lawyer to sign paperwork within my own company? I'm like, that's crazy. Which it is. I'm like, yo, but it goes to show you, like, you gotta know what you're signing, internally as well, and especially as externally or whatever.
That's true. Which other one?
I was going to ask, do y'all feel like Microsoft is able to keep up with the other competitors or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna always still have Android users, and you're gonna always have Apple users, and even with, like, I'm a Mac user right now, but I use Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook on my Mac. So it's like I'm using a Mac merchandise merchandise or hardware, but I'm using software from Microsoft on my Mac. So, and the thing about it, Mac does have its own internal version of Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and so on and so forth. Pages, numbers, slides. That's their version of Microsoft. But it's not mainstream though. Everybody, you're not going to use Pages, or to do your accounting, or you do a PowerPoint with Pages, or
Right.
yeah, you're going to use Word and Excel and PowerPoint. That's a given.
I think eventually they're gonna try to Apple's gonna try to find a way to, basically in a way steal Microsoft customers in that aspect. Like they're gonna, say, hey, what can we do to get them? Like, they're not using Pages, they're not using, the whatever else they're
Yeah, they're not using. Yeah, I'm not. I think I've only opened it, never type a word in it. Same thing with numbers.
Yep.
Yeah,
I never use it unless it's like on my phone. I don't even use it because you know what? You can download.
You can download the app version of Word. Excel.
So it's like I don't even need it.
Yeah, it's like it's not there.
Yeah.
But overall, I like how close network Apple is as far as its system. Like everything is like in-house. Like everything is serial based. Everything is like everything on your cloud shows up. Like iPhones back from, like, when I had my iPhone 6, it still shows up on my iCloud. Like, I've had this phone, I had my 7, I had my 10, now I have an 11. My iWatch, my Mac is on there. Your Beats is on there. Your AirPods are on there.
Yep, they have all your devices.
Yeah, they bought Beats from Dre. They sold.
They did?
Yeah, they've been. Yeah, that was years ago.
I know that. I did not know
they bought,
that.
like, every time you see Beats now, they have they're plug up with iPhone chargers to charge them with.
Oh.
Yeah. They bought them from Dre back in, I'm not sure what year, but they bought them from Dre. Yeah.
So, who do y'all think is, I guess, Microsoft's like biggest competition, or what? Maybe what is their biggest competition?
Apple.
Like what company?
Yeah,
what?
like I believe Apple is their biggest competition. Like especially with Apple having their streaming services with Apple TV. That's something Microsoft hasn't really ventured into.
That's true.
I don't think they.
Do you use Apple TV?
Yeah, Apple TV. Like it's a small. It's like a box, whatever, and then it's you can stream Apple.
I have a friend that has it, but that's the only way. I didn't even know about Apple TV until her, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
So how do you think Microsoft keep their storage service?
Keep their what?
Storage service.
Same thing with the cloud, like OneDrive or Google Chromebook. It's a drive service. Like a Chromebook doesn't have a hard drive, so like anything you do on your Chromebook goes to a drive, and it's pretty much internet based or whatever. And so and actually they're a lot cheaper too, Chromebooks, because since you don't have a drive, everything is stored on your secured your OneDrive that's associated with your account, which is pretty cool. That is cool. Eliminates having a hard drive unless you have an external hard drive, which a lot of people do. If you're a gamer, like I have an external hard drive for my Xbox or whatever.
And speaking of Xbox, because Xbox uses Microsoft Word.
Yes, you use your Microsoft ID for your Xbox account with your gamer tag. Like now, like if you look at certain sites, instead of having to create a whole new username and password, you could just sign in with your Google account or your
Facebook, yeah.
Facebook account or your Mac account. So, you know, they're really, you know, saying you don't have to create another whole thing. You already have this, and this is linked to this. Why not just have? And that's going into what that one article, blockchain. That's what that is. What they're doing. So a lot of these articles you read are really relevant to, you know, what's going on with
today's society.
With blockchain. That's blockchain right there. Kind of like even with Amazon, you can sign with the Amazon account on certain sites too. So, you know, Amazon is getting to the blockchain, Microsoft, Facebook, Google, you know, all of them. Everybody's getting to the blockchain services to provide services because, you know, you're not going to remember, you know, 3 different sites, you have 3 different emails, or 3 different passwords. You're not going to remember those 3 different passwords or if they're all the same. So, to make it easier and more accessible, these services. Kind of like with Amazon, with the app, with the buying app, or with the push purchase, what you see, like it's automatic thing you can do. Or Amazon Prime.
Purchase now or something like that?
Yeah, purchase right now. Like you don't even got to go to the cart. You can just swipe over. It has everything, your information, card stuff. You just click the card. You can select what shipping date you want, and like that, your order is in the queue.
Yeah, I like that too. That feature there. But I think within like the next few years, Microsoft definitely is gonna expand its brand. Because that's the only way really to stay in the competition is to keep expanding and make something significant about yours.
And like I think I wouldn't be surprised if Apple and Tesla teamed up with some type of service or coming out with a car or hooking up with. I
definitely would.
I would not be surprised. I'm like, man, if they join together, I'm like, yo. Well, anyway, Tesla's center console already to me looks like it's like one huge iPad. It's all touchscreen, the center console.
I saw that today, actually.
Yeah, the whole center pad is touchscreen. I'm like, yo.
Do you think that Apple and Microsoft will team up?
Yeah, no, Apple. You said Apple and Microsoft will team up. I don't see it. You know, maybe I wouldn't say due to bad blood, but they've done business in the past, so it's not like it's not feasible or not unlikely, but just because I'm on one side of the spectrum and you're on the other, you're my competition. I'm like,
and they doing good without them.
Yeah, so it's like
so it's like, what's the point? I don't need you, really.
Yeah, like they don't need each other. I'm like, I don't need you, you don't need me. So it's like, what's the point to do a business? I'm like,
but like you said, if they go in, like it seemed like they go in with business with Apple, if that was the case, because of the screen, I would think it would happen if Microsoft go in business with this new thing called Nikola. It's a semi truck. It's called Nikola. It's supposed to be the next Tesla, for 18-wheelers though. So if Microsoft is able to compete in that area, like, cause think about it, every time we see, I mean, you can connect any phone up, but Apple have everything, like.
Yeah, everything, like.
It's easy to access.
iOS. Like, everything, like, before, like, everything was always, like, iOS geared towards or whatever, like, iOS, and then, like, later on, they'll come out with, like, a Google version of it. Like, I guess, you remember, like, in the early 2000s where it was, like, iPhone version of Instagram, and then Google, Microsoft, and Android version of Instagram, and it would be like some distorted image, or like it'd be puffy or something like that. Yeah. So it's been I think a lot of people geared towards Apple. That it's just that that strong name base or whatever. And,
right. No matter how much it costs.
Yeah.
Like you said, Microsoft do offer a lot though.
Yeah, they do. That's the thing about they do offer a lot. But again, that name strength, that's just.
I say Apple is just more popular, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, it's just that name strength, and Google can, the phone can perform surgery, and I'm like, yo, the iPhone shoot water. We're gonna pick the iPhone, yo.
Right.
Yeah.
It's always something.
Yeah, I'm like, yo. It's just, and that just goes into like how strong your name is or whatever. And then influencers, another big thing, influencers. As many influencers you get behind you, and I'm pretty sure a lot of like, I'm pretty sure you already know like Kylie Jenner's not rocking a Galaxy, like.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Kim Kardashian, I promise you, the Kardashians, the dynasty is not rocking a Google. Like, I don't see it. I really don't.
Like, it's very few famous people that have, like, Gabrielle Union has a Samsung. And I'm just like, when are you going to switch over?
Yeah.
But that's just what they like.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, she's gonna switch over soon. Like, it's just a matter of time or something like that.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, anything else you want to elaborate on?
No, I think, well, not me.
Okay. You, LeBron?
I'm good. No, I'm good.
Well, other than that, this concludes project for Group 2, and that is the 10 amazing moments in Microsoft history from its founding to desktop to dominance today. And I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
All